few riders to give them some exercises for good hip mobility. We need good hip mobility when we ride so that we can absorb the movement of the horse. So not just in our hips, but in our knees and our ankles. So controlled absorption of the horse's movement, and also so we can have a nice deep seat. If we're holding up with our thighs and clenching with our thighs and blocking through our hips, it's very hard to get nice and deep in the saddle. So today I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can use to improve the mobility of your hips, and hopefully you've got some of these equipment at home. So the first one, we're going to use a TheraBand, one of these nice elastic bands. It's not absolutely necessary that you use one of these, but it's helpful and you get a better result. So you're going to lie down on the floor to start off with. And you want to make sure that you've got a nice aligned position. I'm a stickler for alignment, breathing, core. So ABC. So make sure you've got that under control first. So I want my feet hip width, nice and relaxed, not too much tension there. A nice neutral spine, so I'm keeping the natural curvature in my spine, which will mean I have a little less pressure or a little hole under my lower back, but my ribs are still nicely connected. My chest is wide, shoulders are relaxed, and my neck's nice and straight. So that's all under control. Then we're going to grab the strap and put it around one of my feet, and just to get a nice stretch in my hamstring. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure. I want to keep my knee nice and straight. It's no good going, wow, look how far I can come back. That's not the aim for this one. We're trying to stretch the back of the leg. So the other thing that's really important is that you want to keep your tailbone on the ground. It's no use going like this, lifting the tailbone up and go, wow, look how far my leg can go. Okay? It doesn't really matter how far the leg goes, because it's dependent on the length of your muscle. Yes, you want it to let go and release and become more mobile over time, but it takes time. So if you just do this exercise once a week and go to your extreme, it's not gonna achieve much. You're gonna probably hurt yourself and not achieve too much in the way of increased range of movement. If you do a little bit all the time, your results will be better. And stay pretty well within your range. Don't kind of go crazy with it, just little bits, and enjoy it. So we hold that for a while, then we're going to take the leg up to the side. Try not to rock that other hip up. You want to keep both sides of your pelvis on the ground. So that might mean the opposite leg is a little bit lower. See if you can take it higher, but don't kick yourself out of alignment to achieve it. I'm just looking down to make sure everything's still where it should be. So I'm going to hold that. It's 30 seconds. I like to do 5 deep breaths, and on the exhale, you just try to release into it a little bit more and a little bit more on each exhale. 5 really slow deep breaths usually gets you there and gives you a nice bit of time there. Make sure both shoulders are on the ground, so you don't want to be rocking your body over to the side of the leg. So keep this side nice and anchored, and then you can go across the body and stretch the outside here. Hop the opposite hand, this one, well, it's the same as the leg, but it's going in the opposite direction. You can look towards that hand, and that helps to just keep that opposite shoulder anchored, and you don't want to be rolling that shoulder off the ground. So that might mean you can't go quite as far with the leg, and that's okay, but you're stretching all across the side of the leg there. So that's 3 directions. Do that on both legs, and then you can do a hip flexor stretch. So if you line yourself up so that the back lower leg is in line with your knee, which is under your hip, and the front foot is under your knee, in line with your hip, just tuck your tail under a little bit, enough to squeeze your bum and lengthen the lower back. Lift your ribs up. I don't know if you can still see me there. You're going to lose my head, but that's okay. No great loss. Keep the torso nice and long, shoulders relaxed. You can also grab your leg, pull it up, create a nice structure with your arms to help hold you there. Pop the leg down. You can then take that stretch so that both your hands are to the inside of the foot on the front. Tuck your toes under and lift your back knee off the ground. Keep your back quite straight, don't round up too much, because then you'll be getting a back stretch and not a hip stretch. And if you really want to open your hips up, you can then try to go down onto your elbows and let this front knee just drop out a little bit. I don't know if you can see me there, perhaps I should do it the other side so you can. So what I'm doing, I'm dropping that knee out, back knee's off the ground, and I'm just down on my elbows. I don't want my shoulders, up near my ears, so they stay down, my back stays pretty straight, elbows are on the ground. But again, just play with this stuff. You don't want to strain yourself. If that's too big a stretch for you, don't do it. Stick with, this one or something like that. It's not a problem. The other thing that can come in handy for your hips is the good old foam roller. So I'm going to show you what you can do with that. A lot of people have got one of these foam rollers. They don't really know what to do with it too much except for rolling out trigger points. But you can use it as a support system. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll it under my hips. And I want the feeling that it's not going to run out from under me like that. It's just nicely supporting me. My shoulders are on the ground. I also want to make sure my ribs are heading down, that I'm not arching my back like that. It's not really where you want to be. A nice support here, a nice wide surface area over the roller. Hold on to the roller. Get your core on, of course. Stretch the legs up, and you can scissor, scissor, circle around, scissor, scissor, circle around. So what I'm looking at here, I want to engage my muscles equally up all four sides of my hips so that I don't click. If you're clicking, make sure your pelvic floor's lifting up. Make sure you're not just flying your legs everywhere, that you've got some control through that movement. I'm also making sure my knees are nice and straight. So I'm not doing this. Okay, that's not that helpful, to be honest. It's not going to increase your hip range of movement. It might increase the range of movement of your knees, but not really your hips. So just only as big as you can keep your form. And when I go around, I'm looking for pelvic stability. Okay, I don't want my pelvis rocking because, again, I'm increasing the range of movement of maybe my torso, but not my hip joint. So scissor, scissor, legs are straight, scissoring around, scissor, scissor. I'm keeping my hands here just to feel that I'm not rocking around on my hips from one side to the other. But you can leave your hands here wherever is most helpful. Make sure the ribs stay connected to the ground. So there you go. That'll help your hips open up and move around a little bit, which will help you sit better in the saddle. Enjoy it, work hard, be nice to your horse.